Hello, my amazing students and families. I need to take 1 second just to say, guys, I miss you all so much. I cannot believe how much I miss going into work and seeing you guys every day. And I can't believe either that this is really how we're going to have to figure out how to pull this off. So I will be sending more things through Google Classroom throughout the next week about how we can connect on a more personal level, because I hope at least some of you guys miss me, because man, I sure do miss you. But I want to keep this video business as usual, just to make it as short as I possibly can, to explain at this point what my idea is for how class is going to work once we officially start NTI days next week. And, well, not next week, I guess we're on spring break next week, but the week after on the 7th. And in the letter that I sent home via portal, after you watch the video, there is a place right here where I would really, really, really like you to click on this survey. And first of all, it's pretty important that you click on it, just so that I know that you got it, because I'll have to follow up with phone calls for the families that didn't get this message to make sure they know how class is going to roll. But the reason I'm sending this out so early is because I would love your feedback to tell me, are there things that I can do to make this a little bit easier for you? Because what my plan is that I'm showing you right now is not set in stone, is what I really want to make sure I tell you. And if you tell me, hey, this didn't make sense, this is way too much, like I don't understand, or your directions need to be more clear, those are the kind of things that I really want to hear from that survey. It is definitely not going to hurt my feelings. I feel like I'm, pretty decent with technology, but this is a first time for everybody, like not having you in the classroom. And I have no idea if I'm doing this right at all. I don't think anybody does. And my goal is just to help you guys be successful. Like, I think that's the biggest thing I want to make sure you guys understand. The other algebra teachers and I have spent a pretty significant amount of time trying to figure out exactly like what you really need to know to be prepared to go to the next level, but to try not to overwhelm you either, because I know what a hard time this is. So please know where my heart is. I hope that after having been in my class for over half a year, you know that I really just care about you, and I'm not trying to give you a bunch of work for the sake of doing work. It's that the activities that I've picked are because there are certain things you really need to know to be successful. And if there is a different way that I need to deliver that to help you to learn it, I really want your feedback about that. And again, your parents and you actually should have gotten that survey. And again, it's right here in the letter. Click there to tell me, hey, this could be better. So I've spent a lot of time online and asking advice from some of my other friends that have already been doing this online learning for the last couple of weeks. And they tell me that one of the things that's really hard as a parent is when you get 90 million emails from 90, well, I guess not 90 different, but in your all's cases, seven different teachers. So I'm trying to minimize that traffic and make sure that you're not feeling so overwhelmed. So I will not be sending emails telling you what you have to do every week. Everything will be loaded right from Google Classroom. So you're going to go to Google Classroom exactly like most of you have, I don't even know how many times in my classroom over this first half of the year. And I've loaded my daughter into one of my classes so that you can kind of see what it would look like on a student's end and know exactly how to get to what you need to get to. So when you first go to Google Classroom, classroom.google.com, you're going to go, you should see all of your classes the same way that you always do when you load into Google Classroom. You'll obviously start off by clicking on the class. So I'm going to start off by clicking on, like, there's our class, algebra, there's my picture, so that you knew that's the class. So we're going to click on that class. And those of you guys that have been with me for most of the year know that the stream is not my favorite place to be because it's a little overwhelming if you just try to flip through everything that we've done like all year long. Like that's doing a lot. So what we're going to do instead is go to the Classwork tab. So again, it's that tab right up there for those of you guys who don't remember. So we're going to go to Classwork, and I really tried to make this as easy as possible. From now on, I'm going to load all of your assignments for the week under this tab right here, or under this heading that'll be right at the top that says NTI for, non-traditional instruction. And so NTI week 1. Again, this is a work in progress. Please don't email me and be like, oh my gosh, this doesn't look exactly like what you said it was. Right now, this is an idea I have, which I think is a pretty good one, but please tell me if you think it won't work. So you're going to click on NTI week 1. I will talk to you in a minute about what this is about. So you're not going to go there first. Every single week, the very first day of the school week, so in this case, it'll be Tuesday, the 7th, I will automatically add an assignment that says NTI week 1, week 2, etc., with the due date, which I'll talk about in a minute too, about when that's due. What you're going to go to first, you will see this, something that looks like this, that has your name. And it says, so example, my daughter's Emma, so it says Emma Brown, April 7 through 10, Algebra 1 weekly lesson plan. So that's what you want to click on. And what you will see is your entire week at a glance. So you will see across the top, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Of course, I put for this Monday, enjoy your last day of freedom. There's nothing assigned for that day because school doesn't start for you until Tuesday. But then once you start class on Tuesday, so 4/7, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you can kind of now have a better view of everything. So every single day you will have a learning target. So what you're expected to learn every single day for that week. And then the first thing underneath that you will see is instruction/mini lesson. And so here under Tuesday 4/7, you're going to see that you have, JK, circled too much. Next to instruction mini lesson, you're going to see 1, 2, 3 videos. And those are the videos where I'm delivering the instruction, where I'm teaching you. This first on Tuesday kind of relates to stuff we already did before we left for the break, but goodness knows you guys are going to need a review. So that's kind of what those 3 videos are, is they are different pieces of review. You'll notice that I put in here like how long each video is. So for example, video 1, 5 minutes. And that helps you when you're planning. I can't even imagine, I know a lot of you guys are older brothers and sisters. They're having to help take care of them too, your younger brothers and sisters and all that. So I've put how long each video is going to be. And all you really have to do is literally click on that link, and it'll take you right to the video that gives you the instruction that I want you to have in video number 1. Then you'll be able to click on video number 2, video number 3, etc. So then, keep in mind we're underneath right now we're looking at Tuesday, so we're looking at this area here in the pink. And so then you'll notice that the next category is, the next label on the left-hand side is classwork and classwork points. So there will be a link directly embedded into the spreadsheet that takes you right to the classwork that you need to have done for that day. And this is one of those cases where I know some of you guys hate the Google Sheets. We'll talk about that in a minute, what some alternatives are. But I do feel like, thank goodness you guys are kind of used to these, so that now you kind of know what to do. So classwork is right here. Again, it tells you how many points it's worth. So you're literally just going to click on the link right where it says class, right next to classwork. You're going to open it up. And, oh yeah, I forgot, I already edited this once. But it'll take you right to the assignment that you have to do. And, so that's right there, along with how many points. Also, even though they don't really apply to Monday, there will also be labels on the side. If I have a quiz scheduled, you'll know how many points it's going to be. If there happens to be a test that day, which obviously this next week, it's the first week, so there won't be any tests. So you will know ahead of time, like what day a quiz is scheduled to be done, what time you have a test, all of that. Another thing that is very important, in my opinion, is this label where it says help from Dr. PB. And there are several ways that you can get help from me. So let's just look at, again, we're looking at the pink, we're looking at Tuesday. So you have a few different options for how you can get help from me. And again, these times are under flux. That's one of the things I would like you to say in your survey. Like, what time of the day is best for you, whether it's earlier in the day or later in the day, and so on and so forth. If there's a time that works better for you, I'd like to know that. I can't promise I do it, but I'm hoping I can. But you'll be able to just click immediately on that link, and you'll always be able to send me an email as long as you click on that link and you have an email account that is saved. Or you can always click on one of these links here. And I still haven't figured out exactly what the scheduling is going to be again. So your feedback would be great to let me know before class officially starts. So I just put in here as possible times. So I will be live on Google Meet from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. And just so that you know what that looks like, you literally just click on the link. It takes us to a Google Meet where I'll see your computer, you can see mine, I can show you stuff on my screen and work problems for you, and we can work them out together. And I'll have the hours that's set in stone. I've got those open. You can drop in anytime that you want to. If it makes you feel better to do the classwork with me, you can certainly do that. Then there's also a place where it says important notes. And it says to earn, like, for example, on Tuesday, it says to earn full credit, work, scratch work must be included. I'm going to talk to you about how to do that. And then not every day, but there are a lot of days, you will be given some kind of extra practice or extra credit opportunity. So on Tuesday, there isn't one, but on the next day in the green on Wednesday, there is like an extra credit opportunity. It's obviously because it's extra. It's not something that you have to do, but it's certainly something that you can do. So I know that some of you guys really, really, really hate the Google Forms. Some of you love it. Some of you hate it. I get that. There are also going to be ways for you to do the activities without having to do the Google form. So if you're one of my guys that really hates doing it on the Google form, I'm going to add another video that shows you how you can, and that's why this will always be here. I'll always attach a copy of the classwork so that you can just do it through the app if you want to, or you can always just take a picture of the work that you do on paper, and you can click add or create, and you can take a picture that way too of the work that you do on paper. And that's going to be important because one of the things when I say special note right here, it says particularly like for you to earn credit Scratchwork must be included. So you're gonna need to attach your Scratchwork. But I'm also going to make another way for you to be able to turn in the work is that you can always add a copy right here. If you go to the assignment, add or create, you can upload your work. You can scan, you can take a picture of it with a camera. Or again, I'm going to add a video to show you how to use like the Classwork PDF copy right here. It says Monday Classwork PDF to be able to just write on it using the Google Classroom app. But you can always just do it on Scratchwork and you can attach. And it's not because I'm trying to be petty or anything like that, but I got to see your work to really just understand whether or not you know what you're doing. If for some reason being able to click the Add or Create button and attach a picture of your work is a problem, then you can sign up for a one-on-one with me where I'm going to ask you to explain how to do a few problems in a one-on-one situation, and then that's fine. If you've got a problem with it, I don't want technology to be the issue here. So if that's the only problem is that you don't have a way to scan in your work, let me know. Reach out. We will definitely, as long as I know that you understand what you're doing, or if you don't, so that I know how to help you. That's the whole point behind like trying to show your work. It's not a getcha situation, by any stretch of the imagination. So I think that kind of gives you the rundown. Oh, I knew there was one more thing. So right here where it says highlight the cell where each item is contained, I just think that's a nice little checklist for you to do to keep track of what work you've gotten finished, because now you have 7 classes. Like, I know it's got to be overwhelming. So for example, once you watch video number 1, click on the cell that says video number 1 and then go right here where it says fill color, and you can just change that particular cell to any color you want. And that's kind of like a checklist, like, yep, I definitely did it. Check here, once again, make it whatever color you want. I don't care, just change. So every time you've completed something, just click on that cell, and that's kind of a checklist for you and for me so that I can check up on you on Google Classroom and know what you've gotten done at this point. And then the last thing that's really important is that all weekly work is due by Saturday at noon. So I understand, for example, that you might have like a really busy Monday. You might have a really busy Tuesday. As long as you have all the work done, Saturday at noon is when I am going to go and start putting in grades. So as long as you have it done by then, you're good. I'm not going to say if you want to do it all on Monday, you can do that. If you want to wait to do it all on Friday, I don't care. But as long as every assignment here is like, you've done it, you've indicated to me that you did it, and obviously I'm going to check up. Like, don't get me wrong, like, just because you clicked it doesn't mean that I won't check to make sure you did it. But, if you don't have it done until Saturday at noon, that is totally fine. And, of course, I know there are going to be a lot of hiccups in here. There are going to be some tech issues. Just please stay in touch with me and let me know how I can help you. And again, I would love nothing more than for you to go right now to this survey and tell me, based on this video so far, like, click here and let me know, like, what do you think of this plan? Does it make sense? All I want to do is to help you be successful, and if there's something I need to do to make it easier, that's all I want to do. Thanks so much, guys. I will be talking to you soon.